This is the Ryder and Lisa replay.
Brought to you by Action Furnace. Fixed right or it's free.
Am I an a-hole? Because last night I put out the recycling even though I knew it was windy.
Yeah, and I said, hey, it's too windy to put that out. Just leave it. I'll put it out tomorrow morning. And you're like, it'll be fine.
That's exactly how I said it to you. I was like, it'll be fine. Puts it out because I get anxious about garbage day. I want everything out on the curb.
You are kind of weird about it.
I'm so weird about it. I want it out. Like when I get home from work in the afternoon, I'm like, can I put out the garbage now or is that weird?
Yeah, it's way too early.
Can I be the first one to do it in the cul-de-sac?
See, I usually wait for another neighbor so then I don't have to open the app and look at if it's garbage or if it's compost, just based on what other bins are out in the cul-de-sac.
I just put both out always.
No, that's confusing all the other neighbors.
I know, it's a fun game I like to play. So anyway, I put out all of this recycling and I'm anti-blue bag. No. What is the point? That's plastic.
Right.
So I like to get a big box and put everything in that and put it on the curb. So that's what I do. The wind picked up, not going to lie, litter everywhere down the street.
And here's the frustrating part. You would think after being told, hey, don't put that out yet. It's too windy. It'll blow all over the place. And then not 15 minutes later, looking outside and seeing it all over the place, that you would be like, oh, you were right. I'm going to go and pick that up.
Am I selfish? Because in my mind, I'm like, oh, that's not my problem anymore. At least I got my garbage out.
Yeah. Instead, I had to go and clean it up. And then you videoed me and made fun of me while I was doing it.
And you know what? That video got a lot of traction. I don't know if I've ever gotten that many laughing emoji responses on an Instagram story before.
Really?
Yeah, it's fire content, so thank you for that.
Yeah, you're welcome, I guess.
Like, I was getting DMs from people that don't even follow me. That's the reach it got.
Okay, so who are you more like? Don't do dumb things like put the cardboard out when it's incredibly windy, and do put your garbage and recycling out when you're supposed to the morning of, or everything opposite of what you're supposed to do, like Lisa.
I guess I could have put something heavy on top so nothing would have blown away. That would have been smart.
Yeah, for sure it would have been. Like I did after I cleaned it.
Yeah.
Unsung Heroes, where we give shout-outs to people, places, and things that don't always get the love they deserve. Let me be your hero.
Shout out to people who are just bad texters. Well, what are you doing all day? Because I saw you just like someone's post from 2 minutes ago.
Ooh.
Are you texting in a separate group chat that doesn't have me?
Stage 5 clinger. Shout out to a high of 25 degrees on Sunday. I can't wait for a Facebook friend to complain about how it's a little bit too hot for their liking so I can block them and never talk to them again.
Please don't block me. You know I hate the heat.
It's going to be you for sure.
Shout out to those of us who don't require much to be happy. Just 6 meals a day, a full night's sleep, dogs around us at all times, complete solitude, and no social obligations whatsoever. It's not that hard.
No. Shout out to the guy who trolled Will Ferrell at the Oilers game last night for looking like Will Ferrell more than Will Ferrell.
Yeah, what's up with that?
He looked exactly like him.
Shout out to Miley Cyrus. She has a complete album under a fake name. Clara Pierce, and it's new.
What?
If I were a good singer, there's no way I would pretend that it was someone else. That is me. I can sing, baby.
Whoa. Weird Date Wednesday.
Yeah, tell us about your strangest first date.
Or just a strange date you've been on recently.
Yeah, sure.
Maybe the first date went good and it's a really bad second date. That's fine too.
One of my best friends came over last night before one of her dates.
Yeah.
And she's so funny because she's all about teeth. Okay. And I said, well, what do his teeth look like? And she's like, oh my gosh, I don't know. And we went through his profile. There's no teeth.
So they're either bad or what? I think that's the only option, isn't it? Wouldn't you? Oh, no. Some people just like to smile with their mouths closed.
Oh, I'm sure he has fine teeth, but it was just funny to me that she's like, am I going to risk 30 minutes of gas money?
Yeah, especially with the price of gas.
I haven't got an update yet, but we'll see. But online dating is hard because a lot of people have filters on or they're not actually acting the way they would in person. They seem funny over text. Maybe they're really awkward in person. It's tough out there.
780-784-7107. You've got one for us?
I have a good first date story
Okay.
for you. So a friend of mine set me up on a blind date, and she kept talking about this guy, Chris, that I would get along with so well, and they thought it would just be perfect, match made in heaven. So I show up to the date where they had kind of scheduled it all for us. I know nothing about this guy. I show up, and it is my first cousin, Chris.
No.
Yeah. So, I mean, I got to have lunch with my cousin, and it was fun to catch up. But, yeah, I had to tell her, yeah, that was my cousin.
That is amazing.
That doesn't sound too far-fetched to me. I grew up in a town of about 1,000 people, and, I was probably related to about 65% of them.
Yep, that's me too. I grew up in Lumsden, tiny town in Saskatchewan. And everyone's a cousin.
This cute girl moved to town, and my best friend fell in love with her. He had such a huge crush, and he was talking about her all the time and stuff, and his mom overheard him once and was like, "Stop that! That's your first cousin!"
Oh, my God! That's horrifying.
Play 107.
Didn't expect for this to be where the show went today, but times you almost dated your family is what we've stumbled upon. Dave, what's up?
I was young. I think I was in grade 8 or something, and this new girl moved to town, and I was all talking to her and friends, and we started kind of almost dating. We didn't kiss or nothing. And I was telling my mom about her, and she's like, "You can't see her ever again." And I'm like, "What?" I guess my dad cheated on my mom. That was the child from that little never.
What? No.
Yeah, she never told me about it until that day, and I was like, "Oh, I guess I got a sister."
Wow, that's heavy.
So did you break the news to the girl that you liked?
Yeah, I told her. I said, "Yeah, we're brother and sister." And she's like, "What?" And then she had to ask her mom, and it was this big thing, small town, Stettler, Alberta.
Small town drama.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy.
You know what? They say that you are just attracted to people that kind of look like you.
Yeah, that's true.
So I could see how that would unintentionally happen.
Yeah.
It's super strange.
Yeah, and now I know she's my sister, and it's yeah, she kind of looks like my dad.
Thanks for the call, Dave. We appreciate it.
So good. This is definitely giving me the ick because I have also heard that you can be attracted to people that look like your parents.
Or they just have similar facial features that
Similar
you
features.
recognize. I think it makes you feel comfortable.
Maybe that's it.
Right.
And I've always had a little crush on Jeff Goldblum.
Yeah, you even made him the backdrop, the screensaver on your computer.
Is that his name? Jeff Goldblum?
Yeah.
Yes, it is. For some
And
reason
it
I
was
thought
the topless picture of him that's quite well known.
from Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
When he's kind of sweaty.
You removed it pretty quickly, though, when I walked by your computer here at work and said, "Is that a shirtless picture of your dad?"
He looks so much like my dad, you guys.
So weird.
It's so bad.
5 simple words, $1,000. It's Ryder and Lisa's 1K wordplay.
Brought to you by Cal Mustara, your real realtor with Maxwell Progressive.
We have caller 7 on the line. First time getting through. Now, Jerry, how often have you tried to get through with Ryder and Lisa's 1K wordplay?
Me and my little guy try almost every day on the way to school.
Oh, that's so exciting. What's your little guy's name?
Lincoln.
Lincoln.
Great name.
That is so great. Okay, so Jerry, Ryder is just going to break down how the game works for you just to refresh your memory, or maybe there's people listening that have never heard the 1K wordplay before.
You're going to pick a teammate, Lisa or myself, whoever you feel like you align with mentally more. Your teammate will leave the room and not be able to hear anything. Then we're going to give you 5 words, and you try to hit us with the best matching word for each. Because your teammate's going to come back in and play the same game for everyone that links up. It's $25. Hit them all, and it's $1,000, okay?
Okay, sounds good.
Okay, who is your teammate this morning, Jerry?
Ooh, I'm going to go with Ryder.
Okay. Just going to wait till he's completely out of the studio. He does not know my words. He can't hear any of this. And I will start your 25-second timer, Jerry, right after I say the first word. Good luck.
Sure.
What comes to your mind when I say pluck with a P? Pluck.
Chicken?
Snap.
Fingers?
Chirping.
Bird?
Splash.
Water?
Greek.
Did you say Greek?
Greek.
Salad?
Hey, those are really good answers. I love that each of them, you added a question mark to the end of the word. Okay, we're going to win some money this morning, Jerry.
Okay.
Ryder, what comes to your mind when I say snap?
Fingers.
Yeah!
Yay.
We're off and running, Jer.
I love it! Splash.
Water.
Yeah!
Yeah, you did.
$50.
$50. Let's make it 75. What comes to your mind when I say chirping?
Bird.
Yeah!
$75 already.
$75. What comes to your mind when I say Greek?
Salad.
Oh my gosh, that's right.
Oh my God, Ryder.
Wow, Jer, we're on fire here.
Oh my God.
Let's win $1,000. We got to do it for Lincoln.
Already 100. That's a
Okay,
nice
it's
little
pretty
prize
incredible.
pickup.
That's
yeah.
pretty good. That's pretty good. But it would be even better if we sent her home with $1,000. What comes to your mind when I say pluck?
Teeth.
What? Pluck?
Pluck. Okay.
Pluck.
Okay. I thought you
Pluck.
said plaque.
No. What come?
Hair.
Jerry said chicken. Which is such a good answer. They're both
We
good.
almost had it. That's okay.
We were so close. We were so close, but at least you got $100. You
What?
can take Lincoln
I'm
out.
stoked. I just can't believe I even got
Yeah, that was so close.
That was
What
so
would you have
close.
said if the word was plaque? Teeth? Yeah. Dang.
Well, now everyone can blame me. The text line usually does, so that's fine. I'll take the heat. Jerry, you
No,
deserved
they were
that
good
grand.
rounds. It was a good round.
yeah,
was a good
pluck's a
round.
tough one. Thanks for playing, okay?
Thank you so much.
Thanks, Jerry. Okay.
Next chance to play is tomorrow morning at 7:50. Time for Hate It or Love It. I'm going to be throwing some things your way that are just in the news right now, and you tell me if you love it or if you hate it.
Yeah.
Simple
and
as that.
If you want to get in on this on the text line, we'd love to hear from you as well.
Former Edmonton Oiler and Spittin' Chicklets stud Ryan Whitney has recently said this about wearing jerseys with players' names on them.
If you're an adult, you probably shouldn't be wearing a jersey. Like, maybe that's an unpopular take, but I don't know. Like, you don't need to rock a signed jersey by your favorite player if you're 39 years old. Like, that's just not a necessity. Am I wrong?
Hate it or love it, Lise?
You know, I have said this on our show in the past. I'm going to say, wait, am I saying love it or hate it about adults wearing jerseys or his opinion?
Just be clear with whichever you say.
Well, I love his opinion because
do.
I do sometimes when I really think about it. I think it's weird that grown adults are wearing McDavid's name on their back. You can't be looking up to someone half your age. You can respect them, but they can't be your idol.
So you wear just a plain jersey. You go raw dog on the back.
Yes, that's correct. I actually have a vintage jersey
Okay.
that the Edmonton Oilers used to actually
here she
practice in
goes.
back in the 70s. So
Way too cool for the rest of us. I couldn't disagree more. Hate his take. Support your favorite player. Enjoy it.
don't you think McDavid thinks it's weird?
No.
Okay.
He probably loves it. If I saw somebody walking around wearing my jersey, oh boy, I'd be jacked. Next up, Camilla Cabello and Sean, I was going to say Holmes. That's not right.
Shawn Mendes.
Shawn Mendes were seen making out at Coachella, this after a pretty public breakup, and then kind of rumors that they might be getting back together. Hate it or love it?
I love it. My reasoning? First of all, at Coachella, everyone's kissing everyone, but they knew exactly what they were doing. She had a new song come out the very next day with lyrics
About seeing
kissing-
somebody at Coachella.
kissing at Coachella. So I respect the grind. I respect the hustle. I'm here for it.
I mean, it was one of the only things I heard about Coachella other than Zendaya was there.
Which
so
is awesome.
It was a pretty soft year for Coachella news. I'm going to say I hate it. Feels like a publicity stunt. Just kiss in your 7 mansions that you own. Next up, as per sources, Harry Potter star Daniel Radcliffe is now a dad. Hate it or love it?
I hate it.
Why?
Because in my mind, he's still 12. He's still new to Hogwarts. There's just This makes me feel so old.
You are compared to Harry Potter.
No.
Okay.
If I'm too young to have kids, so is he.
What are you, 34 these days?
I just turned 33, thank you very
Okay.
much.
Oh, maybe you are then. Yeah.
And also, I'm stressed now. Like, where will the Sorting Hat place this child? Will they be a Gryffindor, Slytherin, Hufflepuff, Ravenclaw? What's happening now?
Yeah, good questions. Prime energy drinks, is that what they are? Sports drinks?
Okay, so I think there's two different kinds. There's an energy drink, but there's also an electrolyte one, which
Okay.
is basically Gatorade, but it's made with coconut water. It only has 20 calories and not a lot of sugar.
Well, you know your info.
Well, you gotta keep up with the times, my man.
Yes, they're very popular, hey?
With elementary school students, yes. They're obsessed with them to the point where they're collecting them, all the different flavors and colors. And I actually have my sister's best friend reached out to me and said that it was her son's 7th birthday. And she's like, because it's his birthday, he gets to bring a Prime to school on Friday. I was like, okay, what is this? What is going on?
It actually says on the back of the bottles, not for children.
Yeah, I think they just say that on all of them because some of them are the energy drinks.
Okay. Do you think that makes it more badass to kids, though? Like,
Oh,
is
yeah.
that part of the marketing plan? Imagine if, like, there was a hat I really like and it said not for bald guys. I'd be like, I'll show them.
Yeah.
Give me 3.
What was the drink when you were in elementary school? I think this would be a kind of a fun topic for
Sure.
our listeners because for me personally, it was Fruitopia. Fruitopia glass jars were everywhere. You were or that dragon. What was that glass jar? And it was like a cloudy pink juice.
Yeah, I know
It
what
had
you're
a
talking
dragon
about.
on it.
I don't remember the name of it, but I do know what you're talking about. They're like bigger bottles, heavy glass bottles.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I know back in the 70s, it was Tang because the astronauts brought it to space
Okay.
in the 60s.
Now all
68.
you need is a label that kids aren't allowed and it makes it cool. Back then you had to take it to space.
That's what made it popular. And kids were like, well, I'm into Tang because the astronauts drink it up in space. That's cool. That's got cool factor. So do you remember a drink that everyone had at your elementary school?
Sunny D was pretty popular in elementary school, and by the time we hit like junior high and high school, I think Tahiti Treat would have been like the home run pop.
I've never had one
A Tahiti Treat.
in my life.
I had one as an adult, and like it's really, really sweet. When you're a kid, I don't know what it is. Like you want things to burn your tongue off. They're so sweet. Whereas like now my palate has changed. I found it a little too sweet, but they were good.
Okay, we're getting some great texts into the show right now. Casey says the Chubby Pops were really popular in our elementary school. Courtney says clearly Canadian. Are those still on the shelves?
They made a comeback, but then people were like, oh, I thought this was kind of like a bubbly with more flavor, but it has 29 grams of sugar or whatever, or like 42. So they're very sugary drinks too.
We figured out the dragon drink, Sobeys or Sobe.
Yeah,
what it was called,
That's
Sobe.
right.
Snapple, very popular, says Will. That's true. Andy says Arizona iced tea. That was huge in school for us. Capri Sun, yes. Capri Sun, that is a great answer. Wow, it's interesting how these just bring you back to your childhood so fast. And that's what this Prime drink is going to do for kids your daughter's age.
Those sports drinks were introduced when I was like in my adolescence. It was all sport originally, and then Powerade kind of elbowed their way into the conversation. Gatorade obviously was in there, but I think all sport might have been the OG.
Okay, so we're getting some texts in about Prime and why it's bad for kids. Just because it's only got 20 calories and a little bit of sugar in it, I guess there's still some bad ingredients in it, and that's why they're saying it's not for kids.
That make it sweet. I remember watching, I think it was Dragon's Den. Maybe it was Shark Tank, but it was somebody who had like a new drink out, and all of the sharks avoided it entirely because they said there's just no way to make elbow room in the drink. Like in refrigerators at convenience stores, they've already got what they're putting in there. So it is pretty crazy to see how well Prime is done.
For being so new.
There's space in those fridges for them now. The demand is there.
Speaking of Shark Tank and things with not a lot of sugar in it, anyone else have some serious bathroom emergencies after eating all of these new low sugar candies?
You want to get into that a bit more?
Not really, but I'm just warning everyone. If it says it doesn't have a lot of sugar in it, you're going to get diarrhea.
The Ryder and Lisa replay.
Brought to you by Action Furnace. Fixed right or it's free.
Play 107.